Welcome back to NBL Marketplace, which is where you find all the latest news and information when it comes to NBL free agency. Summer League is very, very close. We've managed to keep Olgun and Pete Hooley with us for one day longer just to have a look at the Australians and the NBL connections that are going to be involved in Summer League. Derek Rucker's already in Texas getting himself ready for what's coming up over the next 10 days, and it will be content central on nbl.com.au and the NBL app. These guys will all be in town. All the interviews, all the news, you'll find out about it all on nbl.com.au and the NBL app. And Hools, as I say, welcome to you. You've done the maths. We've got involvement in just about every game here at Summer League.
We have. This will be my third time at Summer League, and just based on the list we have up that you're having a look at right now, these are the people we expect to be there. A lot of teams have been announced as we're recording this. Not every team has, but we're expecting some past next stars to continue to be there. Some Australian connections like Alex Dukas, Johnny Furphy still going to go around and keep playing. But 54 of the 60 total Summer League games at Vegas, if all these players play, will involve an NBL Australian connection, which is just incredible. Speaks to the rise of the NBL, speaks to the era we are in Australian hoops. I'm super excited for that. It's going to be very busy. And this is not taking into account all the other work we have to do with teams signing imports as well. So we'll be busy, but it'll be fun to watch.
Derek, I know you've been over there already and some conversations have started, but Pete's point's a really good one. You look at this list, it's a strong list. It's such a great endorsement for the league.
It is, and I've kind of got my eye on the Golden State Warriors. I'm really keen to see how Taron Armstrong and Alex Tui and Alex Higgins-Titsha perform over there. Now, realistically, you think Armstrong and Tui will stick, all right? It's pretty evident with the commitment the Warriors have made to them, but still they need to perform to the standard to prove themselves to the evaluators. But Titsha is the one who I'm curious about. I want to see if he can perform at that level. And even if he's not quite up to the standard yet, Jack, usually you get a bump up in your performance and that carries over to the NBL. And that's where I think the Taipans can really benefit from having him go through this NBA Summer League experience.
Right now, he's similar to Lockie Ulbrich, where he's just taking every step and every opportunity that he's getting, right? He got invited to a camp a few weeks ago with the Golden State Warriors, did enough, really impressed there with his athleticism, his defense, to get invited to Summer League. He's got eyes, from what I'm told from his representation, he's got eyes on a two-way spot in the NBA or the G League as well, which would change everything we have to talk about with Cairns based on our prior episodes of the Marketplace. But right now, he's just doing, every time an opportunity is there like Lockie Ulbrich did, I'm playing my best basketball possible. What that is over the course of Summer League might be at the back end, we don't know. But yeah, Golden State will be fun to watch because there's a big Aussie rep.
Olgun, let's just go back to that list as I welcome you in. The two Jacks at the top of the list, Jack McVeigh and Jack White, both playing for the Atlanta Hawks, both very similar in terms of their positions.
It's really interesting. The first one I was told about was Jack White. Now, he went over early. He's there right now for workouts. So he's participating in workouts. An indication that they like him more than just a guy who's just rocking up for Summer League. And then I was told that Jack McVeigh is heading over. So he got waived by the Rockets, so he's joining that team. And I believe the Hawks have two-way spots available. But it seems unlikely that they'll use them both on two, late 20-something Australian foremen. So it does feel like Jack McVeigh and Jack White are competing for the same spot. And it seems like there is an opening there. And the team does like both of them, and both of them have different but both unique and impressive resumes. Jack White is someone who was at a World Cup, has been on an NBA team before, has won an NBA championship as part of it. He was a two-way guy on that Nuggets team. And then Jack McVeigh is an Olympian who was really good with the Vipers last season. So these are two guys who this Hawks team does like, but it does feel like these two Australians are competing for the same spot.
We're supposed to be talking positively about our Australians, and the Atlanta Hawks are rolling out the Joker scene with the pool cue snapping it and saying, "Go to figure it out." Yeah, one of you's getting it. I don't like that at all. I'd love them both to be on an NBA roster, but it will be fun to watch. They both bring very different things to an organisation as well. They already have an Aussie connection there with obviously Dyson Daniels being there, so they will be two to keep an eye on. As you said, they aren't the 21-year-olds that we have that we mentioned with Alex Higgins-Titsha and Alex Tui. They're a bit later in their piece, but they both bring valuable things to an organisation.
Hey Derek, what would you tell Tyrell Harrison as he heads over to Summer League? He's going to get an opportunity here, and it looks like a pretty good opportunity as well with the Denver Nuggets.
Tyrell's an NBA talent. Make no mistake about it. He's got great size, length. He can block shots. He finishes strong around the basket. His footwork is really good. And he's got a good imagination with respect to finishing around the basket as well. He just doesn't need to be set up perfectly. He's also a lob threat. So I think this is a guy who probably hasn't been on the NBA radar as much as he should have been, primarily due to the fact that he hasn't been able to sustain long stretches of good health. But now it looks like he's maturing, as we often see from bigs, into this good health. And Olgun, I would not be surprised at all if he really has a very, very good NBA Summer League. If he can do 80% of what he did in last season's Blitz over in Las Vegas, it's going to be very, very hard for NBA teams to stay away from him.
Played well in Puerto Rico too.
He did, and that's more important than we realize. So a few things about Tyrell Harrison. He's heading over with the Denver Nuggets. Now, he is someone who played well in Puerto Rico, and while that's not the highest level league, there are high-level bigs in that league, especially former NBA bigs. And so NBA teams did keep a close enough eye on the Puerto Rican league. You look at the Denver Nuggets. Who did they just hire as their assistant coach? JJ Barea. He comes in, he was a head coach in Puerto Rico, so he knows what Tyrell Harrison can do. And when I ask around about which Australians, which Kiwis, which NBL guys have a shot, like which ones have a shot at maybe making an NBA roster as a two-way or otherwise, Tyrell Harrison is the name that keeps coming up because he's a legit 7'1". He's a legit big body. And one thing that we forget, because he's been in the NBL for so long, is that he's 25. And so this is a relatively young big who is legit big and who performed well last season. He stayed relatively healthy as far as his extremities go. I think he had a concussion issue at the end of last season, but those injury concerns seem to be behind him. But I'm under the impression that he's going into this opportunity with the Nuggets with a legitimate shot at maybe turning it into something more.
It's going to be fun to watch for sure in that regard. It's going to be a massive question mark if that eventuates for the Brisbane Bullets, which we'll have to touch on seeing what happens in the week. But those guys who we expect to get a lot of opportunity early on in Summer League is ones that we're going to be sitting in the crowd enjoying catching up with after. Some who play maybe towards the back end, but it is a massive list and it's just a testament to the growing game here in Australia, and can't wait to get over there.
What about Sam Mennenga? Lastly, with the LA Lakers, it kind of came late. It didn't appear as though there was too much going on for Sam with Summer League, and then the Lakers called.
Same exact thing that Olgun was talking about with the Puerto Rican League. He dominated in the Puerto Rican League. He was their go-to guy on that team. So he's proven against some of the higher level NBA guys playing there that he's more than capable of doing it. Still very young as well. Get a chance with much we see of him at the start of the week, I'm not so sure. But one that they're going to start to keep an eye on, because you have to. If he plays like that in whatever opportunity he gets there, but then comes back to the NBL and does it what we're expecting for the next year with the Breakers, I would hazard to guess this won't be the last we see him in an NBA environment, probably even a Summer League environment. It seems like if he stays on this trajectory like Harrison, even what we've seen from Ulbrich, that he'll get his shot sooner rather than later.
That's going to see us out for Marketplace, and that is your little primer for what is coming up for Summer League. These three gentlemen will all be in Las Vegas. It makes me a bit nervous when I say that at the one time, but they'll all be there. They'll capture all the latest news, all the latest information. They'll be talking to all the players and all the key decision makers over the next couple of weeks as well. So enjoy it, the three of you, and travel safe.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to it.
I'm also very much looking forward to it. I can't wait to get there.
Dinner's on you, Pete.
Well, hang on. No, we're not going to end it there because 2 episodes ago you said you have dinner waiting for us. So we've got that time stamped and we're going to use it.
That's part of what are you doing?
We're going to let these three sort it out. We will catch you in Summer League here on Marketplace.